Do you know how to recognize the signs of a stroke? Today we'll explore this critical topic. So what's a stroke? It's a medical emergency that occurs when blood flow to a part of your brain is cut off, often due to a blood clot or burst blood vessel. Without blood, our brain cells can't get the oxygen they need and begin to die. This can lead to long-term damage, disability, or even death. That's why recognizing a stroke and getting medical help immediately is so crucial. Now, strokes can manifest in several ways, but there's a handy acronym you can remember to spot the most common signs quickly. It's called FAST, and it stands for face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, and time to call 911. The F in FAST stands for face drooping. A stroke might cause one side of a person's face to droop or feel numb. If you ask them to smile, their smile might be uneven or lopsided. The A in FAST stands for arm weakness. A person having a stroke might feel weakness or numbness in one arm. You might notice one arm drifting downward when they try to raise both arms. The S in FAST is for speech difficulty. Their speech might become slurred or hard to understand. If they try to repeat a simple sentence, they might not be able to do it correctly. And the T in FAST, that's time to call 911. If you or someone else is showing any of these signs, it's time to call for help immediately. Remember, every second counts when it comes to treating a stroke. But FAST isn't the only thing to remember. Other signs of a stroke can include a sudden severe headache, trouble walking, or sudden vision problems. If you notice any of these signs, don't hesitate. Seek medical help right away. Recognizing these signs and responding promptly can make all the difference in getting the help needed and potentially minimizing the damage caused by a stroke. So, are you ready to dive into the details of FAST? Let's start with the first letter in FAST F, which stands for face drooping. This is one of the most recognizable signs of a potential stroke. When a stroke occurs, it can cause one side of the face to droop or become numb, resulting in an uneven appearance. This can be quite subtle and not always immediately noticeable, which is why it's important to be vigilant and take action if you suspect something isn't right. Now, how do you check for face drooping? It's simple. Ask the person you're concerned about to smile. A smile is a universal expression, but during a stroke, it can reveal something critical. When the person smiles, observe closely. If one side of their face remains droopy and their smile appears uneven, it could be a warning sign of a stroke. Remember, an uneven smile could be a sign of a stroke. Recognize it early, and you could save a life. Moving on to the next letter in FAST A, which stands for arm weakness. Arm weakness is another common sign of a stroke. This can be an unexpected numbness or a sudden loss of strength in one or both arms. It's not always dramatic, so it's crucial to pay close attention if you suspect something isn't quite right. To check for arm weakness, ask the person you're concerned about to raise both arms. This simple task can provide key insights. If one arm drifts downward or can't be raised as high as the other, this could be an indication of arm weakness associated with a stroke. It's also worth noting that the person might not even realize they're experiencing arm weakness, so your observation is essential. Remember, strokes can happen unexpectedly, and their signs can be subtle. Keep in mind, a drifting arm could be a stroke warning sign. Next up is S in FAST, standing for speech difficulty. This is a key sign of a potential stroke. When we say speech difficulty, we mean an unexpected change in the way a person speaks. This could be slurred speech, speaking in a muddled manner, or not being able to express words at all. Even if the person is able to talk, they might struggle with understanding what you're saying to them. Now, how do you check for speech difficulty? Ask the person to repeat a simple sentence. Let's say, "The sky is blue today." If they're unable to repeat it correctly, or if their speech is slurred or hard to understand, they may be experiencing a stroke. It's essential to note that speech difficulty is a significant symptom, and it often comes on suddenly. Don't ignore it. Remember, slurred or difficult speech might be a stroke symptom. Finally, we have T in FAST, which is time to call 911. This is not just a step, it's a critical action. When it comes to a stroke, every second counts. If you or someone else exhibits any of the signs we've discussed, face drooping, arm weakness, or speech difficulty, it's crucial to dial 911 immediately. Don't wait for the symptoms to pass or try to sleep it off. The sooner the stroke victim receives medical attention, the better their chances of recovery and minimizing potential damage. The T also serves as a stark reminder of the urgency associated with these symptoms. Time lost is brain lost. Each minute that passes could mean more damage to the brain, which could lead to long-term disability or even death. So act fast, don't delay. Now, although the FAST acronym covers the most common signs of a stroke, there are additional symptoms that you should be aware of. Firstly, a sudden severe headache with no known cause. This is not your typical headache. It's often described as the worst headache of one's life. It comes out of nowhere, and its intensity is debilitating. Secondly, trouble walking. This could be a loss of balance or coordination, dizziness, or an unexplained stumble. If you or someone else suddenly finds it difficult to walk or maintain balance, it could be a sign of a stroke. And finally, vision problems. Sudden trouble seeing in one or both eyes, blurred vision, or blackened vision are all indicative of a stroke. In summary, if you notice any of these symptoms, whether they fall under the FAST acronym or the additional signs we've just discussed, don't hesitate. Call 911 immediately. Remember, recognizing these signs promptly could save a life. If you suspect someone is having a stroke, seek medical attention immediately.